Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to clean your Vanos check valves on an E90 BMW. So your Vanos check valves live right here. I'm going to get the engine cover removed, 5mm Allens. To do this job effectively, we're going to jack the car up and remove the wheel and the inner splash guard. We'll go after the inner splash shield now. This is your tire pressure monitor. So if you notice, I went after these two. You'll have to kind of reach from underneath. You don't necessarily have to go under the car, but these are the two that are kind of hard to show on cam based on the angle I have. If you notice, looking in at this angle, we can make out one of them. I'm using a bunch of long extensions just so I don't get in the way of the camera, but you can see I'm going after it. It's a T40. I have a coolant line going to the coolant bottle that's in the way, so I'm trying a universal on the end of it. I'm on it now. Feels like it's pretty much all the way out. I'm ready with a magnet and a cloth. So it's not magnetic, so I'm using one of these little grabber tools. So this car is remarkably clean, 194,000 miles, and that's how it came out. Perfect. I kind of expected that, but I wanted to make this video because if you guys are ever tackling cleaning your Vanos solenoids, or you're actually replacing your Vanos solenoids, you should also check these. This is an oil check valve for the Vanos to keep it primed, as far as I understand. And if this filter gets clogged up, you'll restrict flow and cause issues. You may have Vanos related symptoms when really it's just this. But as you can see, mine is perfectly clean, no issues with it. I kind of expected it. I've had my valve cover off, and this car looks like it's got 5,000 miles on it when you look inside the engine. Even with 194,000, it's super well maintained, very clean. Before I got it, whoever had it didn't follow BMW's recommended oil change intervals, and since I've had it, I've been changing it proactively, so this thing looks perfect. It's kind of insane, but not surprised at the same time. If you guys feel like you may have purchased a car that wasn't well maintained and you want to check on this, now you know what to do. So on a well maintained car, it will look this clean and you'll be in good shape. On a not so well maintained car, you'll have to clean the screen off, and that'll get around any issues you may be having. You can also replace the part. I'll put a link in the description for you guys that just want to change these proactively. But regardless, I want to show you how to get the other one out now, just so that we can make sure they're both looking good. So you can make out where my socket is right now. I'm on the one right above. Okay, so here's how the other one came out. There's a slight bit of dirt on it, very, very minor. Let's get a clean spot on the cloth and give that a wipe. And then just a slight bit of residue buildup. Nothing to be concerned about. But if anything, I would imagine that your top one is dirty or the bottom one. Okay, so reinserting now that I've cleaned things up. There's a little bit of oil in the O-ring. Okay, we're torquing this to 11 foot-pounds. So I did it from under the hood. I just guide that into place. All right, I'm gonna reinstall the fender liner now. Reconnect my tire pressure monitor. All right, we're all put back together. That shows you how to clean your Vanos check valves on an N-series powered BMW. It's gonna work on the N54 and N52, etc. So if you're dealing with Vanos codes, perhaps you should look at this first. Either replace those check valves or clean them, or make sure they are clean, as I've shown in this video here. Even though I have a lot of miles on this car, it was very well maintained, so they're perfectly fine, and I'm not surprised. And in my opinion, you shouldn't be dealing with Vanos related issues on a car that's had its oil change regularly and there's no sludge buildup. For any of you guys that are wondering why I did this, at the end of the day, it's content for you guys, but I'm also doing this in preparation for replacing the Vanos solenoids for maintenance. I'm also chasing a misfire, and one of my viewers did comment that they replaced their Vanos solenoids and rectified their issue even though they didn't have codes. So if any of you guys can back that claim up, that'll be nice. But regardless, I'm going to change out my Vanos solenoids. Expect a video shortly. And I did this in preparation for that. I wanted to make sure they're clean and in good shape, and figured a lot of you guys would not have known about this at all. So if this is the first video you're catching of mine, consider subscribing. I do upload regularly. Thanks for watching.